Have you ever walked through an old cemetery and felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold? Imagine this. London, shrouded in a cold mist, has just drifted off to sleep. At Brompton Cemetery, Professor Arthur Hale arrives, not to mourn, but to dig. He's a man obsessed, having spent years tracing strange ancient symbols found on graves across Europe. Every clue, every whispered legend has led him here, to a forgotten vault marked with a single faded word: Resurgam, I shall rise again. This tomb has been sealed for over a century. No records exist, no name, no history. Yet as Arthur places his hand on the stone above the door, he feels an impossible warmth, as if something inside is alive, breathing. Just before the clock strikes midnight, he forces the heavy gate open. The air that rushes out is thick with the scent of old soil and iron. He steps inside, his lantern casting long, dancing shadows. The vault is lined with marble statues, angels with broken faces and eyes carved far too deep, watching him from every corner. In the center stands a coffin unlike any he's ever seen. It's not made of wood, but of a solid black limestone, smooth and cold to the touch. It's covered in inscriptions, symbols older than any English record he knows. With trembling hands, Arthur brushes away a century of dust. He gasps. The carvings aren't Latin nor Greek. They're older, almost identical to symbols found on Neolithic ruins, once buried deep beneath the Nile. Leaning closer, he traces one of the marks with his gloved hand. Suddenly, the stone pulses with a faint energy. A whisper rises from beneath the coffin, soft and rhythmic, like a slow, steady breath. Arthur's heart pounds in his chest. The statues around the room seem to shift in the flickering light. Their wings, once pointing to the heavens, now point downward, toward the coffin. The air grows thick and heavy, and with a final desperate flicker, his lantern dies, plunging him into absolute darkness. Then he hears it, a sound from the shadows, slow, deliberate, like fingers scraping against stone. Panic seizes him. Arthur scrambles for the exit, but the tunnel he came through is gone. The vault door has vanished, replaced by a wall of smooth black rock. He's trapped. He screams, his voice swallowed by the stone, shouting for hours until the cemetery watchman, making his rounds, hears a muffled, desperate sound and comes running. But it was too late. By the time authorities managed to break open the vault again, it was completely empty. The only thing left was Arthur's lantern lying in the dust, its flame still burning faintly. The impossible part: 3 days had passed since Professor Arthur Hale disappeared. Today, that grave in Brompton Cemetery is sealed once more. But locals and visitors tell a different story. They say that when the fog settles low and thick over the ancient tombstones, if you listen closely, you can still hear it, a faint tapping from beneath the ground, a steady, patient rhythm, like a heartbeat just waiting for its moment to rise again. Thank you so much for joining me on this chilling journey. See you next time.